Cut those two, just get them out of my way. Put a couple 4x4s underneath there just in case they needed support, which technically they don't. I don't know about this one here where my feet is, but it's got a rock there. There's two automotive jacks underneath this one, and it's another one under there, and kind of in the shade, but right there. And since there's no flooring or nothing else on top of this yet, I can get those out of the way, make my plumbing a little easier. I may take this third one out as well. Then I'll get all the rough end drain, waste, and vent. And then my grandson's going to come in with a friend of his this weekend, and they're planning on putting floor joists in here every 12 inches and properly supported. Very similar to the MO over there in the bathroom. Give it a good solid floor, nothing's eaten up by rats. So should make a pretty decent floor out of this when it's all said and done. And as we found with everything else in this house, nothing is level, nothing is anywhere close to square. But whatever we do in here, we'll try to make it as close as we can. Cutting that third joist out made it pretty easy to get that 10-foot section of pipe in there. Now, get this this end of the pipe basically tied in to the tub and the vanity drains, as well as a vent. You check this vent pipe out here, and it still is a good vent pipe to go out. So I'll vent the toilet right there. It means cutting that old pipe and tapping into it. I've got the drain and waste all reconnected to the main sewer line. For this bathroom anyway. All I have left down here is this vent. It's got to come up over that footing right there and tap it into that line right there. Originally I thought about cutting that line and just putting it up there with a boot, but I decided that thing is heavy enough that I don't have anything to support it if I cut that pipe, so we'll just cut a hole in it and tap into it. So according to my plumb bob, that's about where we measured the toilet to be. And I took a lot of the dirt that I had to dig out of there and put back in it to ballast the pipe down so that nothing moves in here while I'm doing the plumbing on the other end of the line. And I'm going to put a little loose dirt down beside the pipe. I'm not necessarily going to cover it, but anywhere where it might be gapped underneath the pipe, I want dirt under it. That way it doesn't end up with bellies that can collect. It's kind of a bad thing for a sewer line. Finding good straight lumber these days is somewhat challenging. This will be the drain coming from the hot water heater compartment, kind of tucked into that wall all the way down to this elbow right here. This is the wall where the washer and dryer sits. My grandson and his friend demoed the old siding and stuff that used to be an exterior wall. Now we can get the framing set around that box for the washing machine. We put a new header up here for these trusses on this addition. Get it ready for sheetrock. This little closet for the hot water heater. I'm going to probably put sheetrock on this right hand wall, possibly with some rock wool for sound deadening. I'm getting ready to drill up through the floor with the two water lines. The old floor in there is not real level, so we're going to see what we can do about that so that the hot water heater sits straight up and down in there. On this outside kitchen wall, I had to put the drain in at that elevation right there for the hot water heater. That's for the pop-off valve. And kind of notch it into that exterior wall right there. And that will connect into that drain line right there under the kitchen cabinet. My grandson and his friend extracted this little piece of sheetrock off of a ceiling here. We got to thinking, my grandson come up with this, he was wondering about our bath fan. He said he didn't remember any venting from that bath fan to the outside. And sure enough, can't really see it here probably, but there is no vent connected to that. And so what we're going to do is elbow it up and go out the gable end of this house right here above this addition. So that's a good catch. I mean, if we hadn't caught that, we'd be pumping moisture up into the attic space, and that's a very bad thing. Drain line is tucked into the wall, glued together. The only connection we have to make is right at this end. Get the sheetrock on first, and then I'll make that final connection.